How's it going, everybody? Um, I gotta focus because I had a thought. I was going home from work, and sorry, let's bring this closer. I had a thought, and I was like, um, these artists just seem like they're like I was just listening to an old song, and I was just like, I like what I listen to, but at the same time, I'm like the stuff that they were talking about was just kind of like it seemed like they didn't fully know what they were talking about. And if they were talking about it, they were talking from their experience. And here's why I want to say that's kind of dangerous. And I call this anti-exposing the CHH industry uh, for good reason. Because I'm not out to throw somebody under the bus, or I'm not out to I guess shed light on stuff that hasn't been talked about. But I did want to have a video. I did have some things on my mind. So one of the things I do want to talk about is how artists they don't they it kind of goes back to this idea of I am an artist who happens to be Christian, and it made me think like that makes so much sense now to me because um to make your life surrounded by your career, your music, and have everybody under the microscope of your faith, and integrate that with trying to integrate that with your career is I feel like it's incompatible. It feels incompatible to me. And the reason why I say that is because um what are your songs going to be about? Is your songs going to be about you growing and your values changing? And if you are Christian, you're not just going to talk about your values, but you're going to talk about your your current spirituality. And it made me think to myself like it's good when you have Christianity and you have a medium, but it's almost like okay, you have this medium of music, so what are you going to talk about? You can say, oh, okay, I like Christianity. All right, Jesus, how Jesus saved me, um the path of a believer, advice. And this is like it seems like a slippery slope to me when people try to give advice that they themselves are not mature enough to talk about or haven't conquered themselves. It's kind of like the person had a porn addiction and they said, hey, I'm right here with you, um but I'm gonna tell you some advice about getting rid of porn. I'm like, ah, I can't trust your advice on it because you haven't gotten over it. He's like, but yeah, but this is just advice for myself as well as other people. I'm going to use another example that's far more that anybody can pretty much use. Okay, let's say for myself, um, I'm not the most fit person, but I might even be like minorly obese. Uh, maybe not minorly obese, maybe a little, but let's say I'm just in bad shape. I just my body's wrecked and all that stuff. Would it be right for me if even if I'm trying, I'm struggling to share my advice, my my struggling and things that I'm personally getting better at, but it's a struggle and I haven't shown myself to be in peak condition, giving diet advice? No, probably not. Not at all. Um, and again, part of seeing is believing. One of the evangelism tactics that I do enjoy, or rather, one of them that I do like, especially in this current day and age, where being very explicit with your Christian faith is kind of shunned. It's kind of like discouraged. And again, it makes sense, but that's besides the point. Um, it's showing your lifestyle. You know, it's not just like, oh, when they throw criticism at you and stuff like that, it's just kind of like, here, this is the belief I have, and this is why I believe in, and it works for me, and I'm gonna show you that it works for me. You know, and you don't have to agree. You know, yada yada yada. It just, I'm just gonna show you with my lifestyle. This is how it works, and that these old style Billy Graham proclamations, and I like to call it that because it's just to me old timey when people like to say blatant. statements of faith. Like eventually, you're gonna have to make some sort of statement about your faith, especially when you get enough questions. You say, "Man, what do you really believe, man? What do you really believe?" Especially as a public media figure, which is it's strange to me, but it's not too strange. Like, because it makes me wonder about Erica Badu. From what I can understand, she believes in like what the 5%ers, and that's a spiritual movement. Uh, but nobody really asked her about what her faith is. They just kind of they had this general idea of what she stands for. And in the music, she says some stuff like on and on. Um, she is like an activist. Um, you just see it throughout. You see all the imagery throughout her music. You can get you can get some sort of idea. Same thing was with Lauryn Hill, and then I don't really know like her current status. That's just stuff I just have to take a look at. But besides the point, it's like these people back in the day, they either they were very overt, or at the same time they showed it in different ways to show like, hey, this is kind of what I'm about, especially as an artist. Now, here's something I do want to speak on. Again, a person shouldn't. It would be to me um, a conscionable decision to not have your faith in your work uh, this close. And when I say that, I feel like when people have their stuff this close, if there's something that they don't really know about or something they're not really too fond or too knowledgeable on speaking about, they do speak about it in their music, even if it's just to promote inspiration, hope, or whatever. it it's not very helpful because it's media, and media isn't meant to be. Sometimes media isn't always used educationally, and we just need to I think we need to accept that when it comes down to um our media, sometimes people just listen to media just to listen to it. They just listen to enjoy. And this is something I seen is that when people listen to their media to enjoy it, they might be taking into account the lyrics, but they don't really care about the lyrics. They just care about how it sounds, how it makes them feel, the general idea. And this is why, for my perspective, CCM, contemporary Christian music, is used very vague language, and has gotten very good at using vague language to the point where people get tired of vague language and they want more specific language. They're like, what do you believe about this stuff? And that's why I'm a big fan of Shaolin. At least when I started listening, when I was very heavy and I was trying to look for more Christian music and more music that was like, I need stuff that'll specifically tell me about the faith or tell me in a way that I can enjoy it. Like Streetlights Audio Bible, you know, I enjoy listening to it. It has scriptures. It's like the best of both worlds. So let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you might have to turn your volume down a little. Um but it made me think about how it's like when we become a Christian, we have this it's almost like we reset in our thinking, and I get it. Christianity talks about changing your thinking and stuff like that, but it's almost like we forget how to actually be human, be sociable. And it just, I don't know, it's a little strange to me personally, because it's like whether you accepted Christ or not, you still got to live here. You still got to live in the world. I feel like that's it. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching.